Yo guys, what's going on? My name is Ken and welcome to this random video that I decided to do. This is a Richmond players rundown and what I think of each player at the moment. So here are all the players listed on the website, the official Richmond website, and I'm just gonna run through them all and tell you my opinion on the player. Now this is my opinion, don't go and get your knickers in a knot. So yeah, this is my opinion. And yeah, let's just get right into it. Nick Boston, he's fantastic. We're just not playing him in the right position, I guess. And he just needs to kind of get more into the game. He would be a fantastic player if he just, he fits in, but he's a great player already, but he just needs that one more big step up to be one of our top players. Sorry if I'm a bit not down, but my voice is I've got a pretty bad headache at the moment. Anyway, number 2, Dylan Grimes. He is a great defender for us, probably our second best defender, and I have no complaints towards him. He's pretty solid, and he just makes a mistake here and there, but overall, yeah. Brett Deledio, he's been a great player for our club, but recently in the last few years he's been getting injured, and the way he's been playing has kind of gone downhill. There was talk that we'd be using him as trade bait, but I don't believe we will, and I don't want us to. Brett Deledio should stay at the club until he retires. I think because you can't picture Brett Deledio not playing for the Tigers. Next, definitely our best player at the moment, Dustin Martin. He is incredible. He's probably second favourite for the Brownlow at the moment behind Patrick Dangerfield, and he's definitely our best player at the current moment in time. In every single game, he puts in all of his effort, his heart, his soul into every game, and ends up with a bunch of touches, few goals here and there, and just does so much for the team. And whenever you think of Richmond, you think of Dustin Martin these days, because wherever the ball is now, it seems Dusty's there. Next, Brandon Ellis. A few years ago, maybe 2 or 3, I thought this guy was going to be our next freaking fantastic player. He still provides for the team very well, but he's I guess I'll say stock has gone down a bit, but he's still a good player. I believe he has a lot more to provide for us, and hopefully, we can just stick through with him, keep giving him games, and he'll keep getting better. Next, Sean Grigg. This guy will either be really good or really just clumsy, I guess. Not really clumsy, but he'll just make mistakes. But he stepped up definitely with 1 goal against, I think it was Essendon, and we dropped Conker for Grigg, which was a good decision, I reckon, because Conker wouldn't have kicked that goal. And so Grigg, he definitely still deserves a spot in our team. Next, Ben Lennon. I believe he's been injured. He was a fantastic player for us last year throughout the finals and all that. There was talk at the end of last season that we'd be getting rid of him, but luckily we held on to him. Hopefully he can get back into the team and play some more games, because he was fantastic last season. He's only 20 years old, and he was actually incredible. Definitely one of our best players in the latter parts of last season. Next, our big reliable forward, Jack Riewoldt. He is so good when we actually play him in the position he needs to be playing in. I saw him down back last week. I saw Griffiths at full back at one point. So we just seem to be throwing our forwards around wherever. I think Jack needs to stay at centre half forward, and he can take the marks, he can kick the goals, but he hasn't been kicking through the ball that much recently, which sucks. He's just been poking at it. But yeah, definitely up there with our best players in our top 3 or 4. Definitely. Very reliable forward and has been for some time now. Next, our captain, Trent Cotchin. This guy gets a lot of undeserved stick, hate, whatever. But really, he is again up there in our 2 or 3 best players, because he just does everything perfectly clean. Sometimes his kicking at goal isn't that great, but still, he's a fantastic player and a fantastic captain. who doesn't deserve as much, stick as he gets. Shane Edwards he's a great player, but this season he's kind of died down, and it just doesn't feel like the Shane Edwards we know and love. But I'm sure he'll get that form back soon. Jacob Batchelor, not too much to comment about there. He's pretty decent. I guess he provides for the team in some way. Next, David Asprey. He's so composed at the back, it almost annoys me. Like, he just takes a mark, like, just randomly, just. And, yeah, I reckon he's a good player. Sometimes he is a bit clumsy, but he, as I said, he does the job, and, he's just really composed. Next, Chris Yarran. We haven't seen him in Richmond colours. He was at Carlton, and God knows what's happened to this bloke. How does he even have a photo in Richmond colours anyway? Next, Bashir Hooley. We have missed him in the recent weeks that he's been injured. He's a great player off half back, and wherever we play him, he just plays well, rebounding and getting those disposals and getting the play moving. So Bashir Hooley is definitely a great player for us. Next, Andrew Moore. Haven't seen too much of this guy, but I'm sure he'll be great, hopefully. Next, Sean Hampson. I actually used to not like Hampson. Now I like him more than I like Ivan Maric, and I'll tell you why. He wins tap outs. He's improved his kicking by a lot. He's improved his work rate, everything, and he's just, smashing it this season, I reckon. He's having a great season, and I'm actually proud of him for improving like that. Next, number 17, our main draft pick, Daniel Rioli. I reckon he's going to evolve into a fantastic player, and he's definitely shown signs of how good he can be. He just needs to, keep it up, and in a few seasons he'll be up there. If he's still at the club, probably one of our best players. Next, Alex Rance. Now this guy is incredible. He is our sole defender, and he just does so well. Sometimes he mucks up, not that often, but honestly he's just so good. He knows where to put the ball, and he's a really smart player. Jack Rewalt is also like that. He's a very, very smart player. Same with Alex Rance. Next, Ivan Maric. I used to love this bloke, but injury, form, all that this season has kept him down. And yeah, Jacob Townsend, he's played a few games, I believe, or am I thinking about Drummond? Yeah, he's played 4 games. Yeah. What am I on about? I'm all over the shop. Yeah, Jacob Townsend, pretty decent player, and not much else to say about him. Kane Lambert, last season played very well, I believe. This season, not as well, but he's still kinda, in that picture of being in the team, and yeah, I personally like this guy as a player. Next, Ben Griffiths. When he always goes out there and tries, unlike this guy. We'll get to him, and when he's having a good game, he'll get 12 marks, 5 goals, 3 goals, whatever. I haven't got too much of an issue with him at all. Troy Chaplin, he's there. Anthony Miles, great player. Another player who tries his heart out. So good on him. Sam Lloyd always sneaks in 2 or 3 goals every game, and you can't complain with that. A few weeks ago, I didn't like Taylor Hunt, but he's upped his game massively, improved massively. Good on him. His last few games have been fantastic, I believe. Ty Vickery. Mr. Ty Vickery, if you're watching this, I'm joking, if you're watching this, I love you. Anyway, just not what we need. I believe we need to trade him. I'm happy that we've left him out in the last few games and actually played young players. Honestly, I don't know if he tries, I don't know what he does, he's just silly, I don't know. Reece Conker, not up to standards, I believe. I don't know why we play him. Ever since he got, I believe, that first injury. Markov, in the few games he's played, he's been fantastic for us. No complaints whatsoever on his behalf. He is fan-freaking-tastic. Corey Ellis, once he puts on a bit of bulk, bit of muscle, he'll be a great player. And yeah, I've seen great signs from him. Campton McIntosh, I believe it was last season, in the first game of the season, he provided massively for us against Carlton, and I was very impressed. He impressed me throughout last season, and yeah, he's a great player, I believe, and he has loads of potential. Liam McBean, he's been on the list for a few years. He what can I say? He smashes it in the resis and kind of lets it go in the main team. But the last few weeks he's been playing, taken a few good marks and kicked a few goals. So good on him. Nathan Broad, another one of our up-and-coming prospects. He'll be a great player. Connor Manitou, I believe he's only 19-20. He's played a bunch of games, scored a bunch of goals, been a great asset to our team, and he will be the future of our club, pretty much. Well, one of the future stars of our club. Stephen Morris, he tries his heart out. He just doesn't get those disposals. But he goes in hard on the contest. I reckon, I'm not too sure what to say about him. Nathan Drummond, another great up-and-coming young player. Kicked his first goal, I believe, against Hawthorn. Was it against Hawthorn? And yeah, he just returned from a leg injury. I believe it was a leg injury. I was actually there when it happened. Something like that. So, yeah. Knee reconstruction, yeah. So, Nathan Drummond, I believe he'll be a great player for the future. Next, Dan Butler, haven't seen much of him, nor Reece McKenzie. Todd Elton, I've seen like a few games throughout the last couple of seasons. He just didn't provide in any of them, and I'm not too sure why he's still on our list. I thought we would have delisted him by now, but he's still on our list. Yeah. Jaden Short, the last few weeks, he's been playing fan-freaking-tastically, getting those disposals, getting those accurate kicks. I believe he's been kicking it out from the square after a behind. And yeah, he's a great player, I believe. And same with Castagna. He has provided massively for us in the last few weeks, along with Markov. He has just played really well, I reckon, in the last few weeks, racking up those disposals. And it just looked, in that game against Western Bulldogs, I believe, everywhere the ball was, it looked like he was there. So I think I just went through like nearly every player on the list. I've been Ken, you've been the Viewer. Until next time, peace. And yeah, that's just my thoughts. Let me know what type of AFL videos you want me to do, and I'll do them, because I want to do AFL videos. And yeah, peace. Count the Tigers. What? My Young Guns poster fell down. My Richmond one. Shit.